r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. What weapon in movies is too powerful or too weak compared to real life? Any blunt instrument used to harmlessly render someone unconscious is too weak. People can and do die from highly undramatic head injuries. There's no way to hit someone to make them just sleep for half an hour. Every time I see someone on TV get knocked out with a wrench or a crowbar or a fire extinguisher, I'm like, oh okay, so murder it is. The effects of hearing damage from firearms, explosions, and blasts are downplayed way too much. Rocket launchers and RPGs don't fly slow. Pistols is a melee weapon. A pistol whip in real life is typically extremely devastating and possibly fatal. I had a friend once who got robbed and pistol whipped. He had a fake eye because his orbital region caved in and his eye was hanging out. Any fully automatic rifle in an action movie, they all have bottomless magazines. In reality they run dry real fast. Silencers are way OP in movies and video games. Yeah, the only way to get even close to that much sound reduction would be a low caliber subsonic round with a suppressor. Shotguns are always just freaking wrong. Massive spreads, you don't have to aim with a bazillion pellets destroying whole rooms. We are talking dinner plate spreads at 40 yards or so, lol. It is weird how both over and underpowered shotguns, and I guess most guns, are in movies. Like they have a crazy spread and will throw someone across the room, but also characters can fire them one-handed without much recoil and can duck behind a thin wooden table to be safe. Taser, it ain't going to knock you out cold with a single quick zap. And any film where they give a crazy person a tranquilizer. Work on a mental health ward and see how ineffective it is for most part. Chainsaws. If you tried to saw a living being in half with one, it would struggle after the first few inches of meat, as it wasn't made to cut uneven material that can get snagged on the chain and splatter around the motor. I feel like the hair or clothing would choke it up quickly too. The uppercut. Think about what it would actually take to lift the weight of a person with a punch. You're far more likely to break your wrist than actually shift a full-grown man off the floor and over a table or through a window. Also, any punch to the jaw that could do that would very likely snap their neck or at least fracture their jaw. Throwing knives are at best a distraction. A lot of experts doubt that any throwing weapon smaller than a spear, and specifically the pilum, simply could not reliably kill a human being from any meaningful distance. Even throwing axes are absurdly useless in practice, lacking the power to make it through bone in any meaningful way. Throwing a weapon is just giving your enemy a weapon, while losing one yourself. If you have an axe or a knife, then you are way better off using that as a stabbing and hacking weapon than trying to hurl it at someone at a distance. Whips are not even remotely effective as weapons. The way they are used in movies like Indiana Jones would be virtually impossible to do in real life. Whips are for controlling animals or torturing people. They have no practical combat applications. This is more for video games, but I'm pretty sure in real life shotguns are still lethal, even if you're more than 5 feet away. I would say most hand-to-hand fight scenes between two humans in films are both too powerful and too weak at the same time. For example, those scenes where each powerful punch or kick is sending the opponent flying 10 feet into a wall. First of all, no human being has ever been powerful enough to do that. And secondly, if they were, you'd be looking at hundreds, if not thousands of pounds of pressure behind a blow like that. It would literally shatter the bones at the point of contact, and most likely kill the person instantly. There's no getting up and wiping the blood off your face and fighting for another 10 minutes. Most weapons in movies are dialed up way past their actual power. Hand grenades stand out. In movies, they create a huge fireball and explosion, but real ones just make a smallish bang. They aren't designed to blow shit up, they are designed to spray shrapnel in a confined space. Real life grenades aren't as visually impressive as in movies, but they're more lethal. They're also very effective outdoors because there's fewer things to hide behind and the kill radius is massive. You can't fire a nail gun like a pistol, they don't work like that. You need to depress the tip in order for it to fire. Arrows. It would be the luckiest of shots for anyone to die instantly. Gunshot injuries often do not instantly incapacitate or kill people. A person can get hit half a dozen times, run away in a panic, and then lay down somewhere else and die. The sheer volume of gunfire is extremely understated. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more. Have a nice evening. Tell your friends about me.